Professor, today ecological planning seems to be the only way to save our planet. Why are you concerned about such an approach?
I acknowledge the urgency of environmental challenges, but we must be wary of solutions that centralize power in the name of a higher good. Under the pretext of saving the planet, we risk establishing total control over individuals' lives, sacrificing their freedom. A glance at history is enough to understand that all centralized planning, even when justified by the best intentions, leads to coercion.
Yet without a strong authority to enforce environmental standards, how can we avoid inaction and chaos?
I understand this concern, but we must distinguish between voluntary cooperation and authoritarian control. Centralized systems claim to offer quick, uniform solutions. In reality, they impose a single vision of goals and methods, stifling the diversity of local and individual innovations. Individuals, acting freely within a framework of clear rules, can be far more effective in meeting ecological challenges.
But the climate crisis is a global problem. Isn't global planning necessary for effective action?
That's precisely where the danger lies. Global planning implies unprecedented power, capable of dictating everyone's behavior under threat of sanctions. Imagine a central authority deciding how you must heat your home, how you may travel, or what you can consume. Freedom vanishes, and with it, individual responsibility. A society that places the environment above all risks, sliding into a green totalitarianism where individuals become mere cogs in grand plans.
But can we really count on individuals and the market to address such a complex challenge?
Yes, provided we foster the freedom to innovate, to exchange, and to take personal responsibility. History shows that the most significant progress comes from individual ingenuity, not from plans imposed by a central authority. A free market guided by smart ecological incentives like assigning property rights over resources or implementing carbon offset mechanisms can find solutions that are adaptable, local, and effective. Centralism, on the other hand, stifles this dynamic.
Still, crises such as climate catastrophes require immediate responses. Isn't that the weak point of your approach?
That is a dangerous illusion. Crises always justify granting more power to act quickly. But these powers never vanish once the crisis has passed. We have seen this with pandemics, with wars, and now with ecology. Every new emergency legitimizes additional restrictions until freedom is entirely subordinated to the plan. To meet climate challenges, it is imperative to preserve liberty as an essential value. Without it, we exchange one crisis for another: totalitarian control.
So what do you propose as an alternative to this ecological planning?
I propose a framework of clear and stable rules that encourage individual responsibility and innovation. Economic freedom must be guided, not suppressed. For example, if individuals and businesses were required to pay the true cost of their actions, such as a tax on negative externalities like pollution, they would be naturally inclined to find more sustainable solutions.
It seems a bit complicated. Can you give me some simple examples?
Take energy consumption. When electricity prices rose, many families and businesses sought to reduce expenses by adopting LED bulbs, smart thermostats, or more efficient insulation systems. This wasn't an order imposed by a centralized plan, but a free, rational response to a clear economic signal. However, in France, the state introduced an energy shield that artificially lowered energy costs by subsidizing its price through taxation. Although presented as a measure to protect households, it actually removed the natural incentive to save energy. Why invest in more efficient solutions or change habits when the price remains low? By distorting this economic signal, the state prevented many households from adopting more sustainable behaviors, thereby delaying innovation and energy efficiency.
But the energy shield looks like a good idea to me. Why do you think it's wrong?
This kind of measure, though motivated by good intentions, illustrates how centralized planning can be counterproductive and run contrary to the ecological goal it seeks to achieve. History teaches us this. The USSR implemented total economic planning where the state decided everything from agricultural production to consumer goods. The result: chronic shortages, massive resource waste, and stifled innovation. The centralized system could not adjust supply to demand or allow individuals to propose locally adapted solutions. This rigidity is precisely what threatens us today when we talk about centralized ecological planning.
But without control, some will continue to pollute for personal profit, don't you think?
That assumes that pure selfishness is humanity's only motivation. In reality, in a free society, social pressure, technological innovations, and economic incentives naturally encourage responsible behavior. A centralized solution imposes blind sacrifices, while a freedom-based approach allows everyone to contribute according to their abilities, means, and ideas. Never forget that the price of centralized planning is servitude.
In conclusion, what do you see as the real danger of this green planning?
The danger lies in believing that a central authority can decide for all of us what is best for the planet. Under the pretext of a sustainable future, we risk sacrificing individual liberty, diverse approaches, and spontaneous innovation. Freedom is the essential condition of a society capable of solving its own challenges. A green planet at the price of servitude is not progress, but regression.